Serious? I have to leave?
You do. That's the rules. Beeves up.
No swearing.
Good luck.
It's the rules of the game.
That was so close.
All right, Beeve.
Come on, Beef.
So what are we on here? We're on texting while driving.
I think I got
You
away
get
with
to
one.
be back in.
I think I got away with one here.
Where's your banana? Where's
No, you
Beeve's
didn't.
banana?
No.
So now, you know texting while driving, Beeve, is a dangerous thing, and it's a matter of public safety for the entire world, correct?
Okay, correct. I totally agree.
They're inventing Google cars in order to prevent us from texting while driving because we can't stop ourselves because it's too much fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't stop yourself. I can't stop myself. I don't think anyone can. But what it could be more dangerous than texting while driving is what I thought. So what I ended up thinking about was what would be more dangerous, this question is posed to you and in the entire room, texting while driving or receiving fellatio while driving? Which would be more dangerous? Dude, should I have thinking music?
That's what
Yeah.
what was my thinking?
Yeah,
music?
just thinking
That's
music.
right.
You ready?
Don't
That's a
think
good
too long,
question.
Beef.
I
Just
still think
answer.
texting while driving. I still think texting while driving.
Has that been
No.
your personal experience?
Why?
Why?
Because you can look at the world and distance yourself from what's going on in your lap, the glorious
Yeah.
activity.
Yeah, I still, because texting while driving, you're gonna. Your eyes are going down while you're texting while driving.
But your eyes can stay on the road.
Yeah.
And you can just but you don't close? Are not tempted to close your eyes?
No.
Hey,
Now-
Beef, there's
I'm just
no
too con-
billboards that say fellatio and driving kills. I haven't seen one on the highway.
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't
Yeah.
actually have that. That's true.
The record speaks for itself.
There's never been a public service announcement, a commercial, or nothing against that. Now,
No.
how about this one? This is going to step it up. Maybe a question for your lovely fiance
Yeah.
sitting on the other end of the room.
Yeah.
And you got the microphone in front of you, Julie. Maybe you can help me on this one. What would be more dangerous, texting while driving or receiving digital stimulation while driving? What do you think?
I still stick to my.
I still think it's texting.
Same thing because of the warning?
Because honestly, every time I text, I always swerve. I can't keep it straight. I try so hard, but I suck.
All right, so the last one, because this has seemed to be a pretty easy game. We're going
Yeah.
to whiz through this game. It is a pretty quick one.
Yeah.
The last one would be, let's say, for example, we're going to step it up a notch.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're in a car, and you could either text while driving, or you could lie in your seat. You could accept a person in your lap that's standing on their head. Like their head is buried into your lap,
Yeah.
and they're vertically upward with their genitals in your face. Like
So their legs are flopped over the headrest.
yes,
Okay. I got a visual.
If you're with a small person, like a little person or something like
Dwarf
that, or likewise,
Yeah.
or likewise, then there wouldn't have as much to flop over. Maybe just like a little bit, like a little like baby legs.
Get shoulder pads on.
Or something, and then and the arms are maybe gripping around your buttocks just for support.
Yeah.
Right. And you're driving, and you're now.
I give anybody credit. I can do that. Like you're creating quite the visual here.
Well, this is so you're in your car. You're doing you have genitals in your face. You have to do your business as well. Like you want to be a good reciprocator.
Yeah.
You don't want to be selfish, right? You want to be a giving person. I know
Right.
you're a giving person.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're receiving at the same time and
Yeah.
driving. So you're giving, receiving, and driving at the same
Oh,
time.
that can be pretty dangerous.
More dangerous than texting while driving.
I think so.
Oh.
I think so because you're not gonna eat a meal and not look down at your food, right?
That's a really good point.
Right?
Yes, bravo, bravo.
You want to look at every bite.
Yes, that is true. That is true, Beef. And that's why we kicked Abby out.
Oh, great answer. Great answer.
All right. So this brings us to our good buddy, the Haitian Dwarf, who every week gives us feedback. And I don't know why I thought of him with that particular episode, but I thought maybe the Haitian Dwarf, because of his stature, would be more fitting. He would fit in that space better than other people, you know, and that he would be able to. You have chocolate and vanilla popsicle.
Julie, do you like chocolate or vanilla?
That's a dirty trick
Just be a
now.
quick one right there. I hope, anyways.
You can't just make her eat it now.
I gotta have both.
Hilarious. Should be a quick decision.
Caucasian.
She swallowed that chocolate popsicle in one bite. She didn't even hesitate. Yeah, you're allowed back. Yeah, of course.
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
Just take one.
Jane, you're doing dirty tricks. We lost the moment. We lost the moment.
How about Abby?
Yeah, Abby
Vanilla is so boring.
There you go. Abby got the chocolate. So the Haitian Dwarf every week gives us his feedback, and he's one of our best friends of the show. But we cannot play his theme song today. But we will read his feedback, hoping that he can do it. And Dave, can you read the Haitian Dwarf's feedback for this week?
I've got it right here. It says episode 61. 5 stars.
5 stars. 5 stars.
stars.
Yeah.
Let's hear it about.
5 stars.
Yeah.
Keep him
5
top
stars.
notch. Yeah.
He's a terrific guy.
So episode 61 last week was with Grey Cup champion Shane Bergman.
Oh, Great Cup champion Jake Birdman. Let's hear it from him. Yeah.
Great Cup champion.
And Haitian Dwarf says, as a fellow athlete, I can relate to Mr. Bergman. There's really nothing like the roar of the crowd as you slam into something solid. Looking forward to this week's video podcast HD.
Well, let's hear it for the Haitian Dwarf. Thank you very
All
much
right.
for giving our feedback every week. And also, it's a great time to really, when we're thinking about our fans and and everyone, we should also thank our sponsors. We have 2 great sponsors. If you go to livefromthedutchhall@gmail.com, or no, sorry, just go to www.livefromthedutchhall.com, click on the Amazon banner, do all your Amazon shopping. You can help out the Live from the Dutch Hall program, make us better every week. Maybe even throw a few bucks at these lovely people who have come to videotape us. Or you can go and click on the VG Meats coupon. We got a new one up there for tenderloins that came out this week. So if you go on and click on the VG Meats coupon on the Live from the Dutch Hall website, you can go on to VG Meats in either Simcoe or Stony Creek and enjoy great savings, and all of the proceeds will go down to help out Live from the Dutch Hall. Abby, you are eating that chocolate popsicle aggressively. I can't even. You're doing it while you're looking at me angrily. You're biting on it.
Because I'm so mad at you. I didn't even say a full swear word.
I know.
caught myself
All I
halfway
can think
and
of
you
right now
still
is
kicked me out.
You get 2 cracks at it. It's going to be actually a blessing for you because you get
Right?
back up.
Okay.
You get back in on the 1 and 2s because you never finished. Well, Beef, thanks for coming up
All right,
and
bud.
doing this
Boy,
thing.
Beef.
Yeah.
Way to go, buddy.
Buddy.
All right, everybody. 1, 2, 3. We'll put up your fingers, 1 or 2. The people that haven't been up. So 1, 2, 3. Abby's back up.
That's the lyric.
All right. Feedback. We got feedback. Ready, guys? You got to play it? We'll worry about that after.
playing
All right, Abby.
Okay.
So you had your first mishap, eh? What was the word?
I'm
you
sorry. I
remember?
apologize.
Was it the F word?
It was, and I'm sorry. But you know what? My 3-year-old daughter tonight, she came home from the baby. She kept saying it tonight. It was because of her. I'm sorry.
She kept saying the F word?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that's a bad thing.
I had to put soap in her mouth.
Did you make her just put it in her own mouth?
I put it in.
Oh, really? It tastes
That's
terrible.
old
She heard
school.
it at
That's
the, she
old
heard it at the
school.
sitters.
you-
And it was in my head. I'm sorry.
Did you taste the soap out of guilt?
Was it liquid or bar?
Yeah, like
Irish Spring, guys.
Oh, really?
Heavy duty. Yeah. Uh-huh.
How long do you put it in there for? Like, have you? Did you have
I don't
that
know,
done?
but I
to you?
think that the soap is expired because I don't buy bar soap.
You know. Why? Oh, it's all like.
It's like Axe and like the squirty stuff. I don't buy bar soap.
Oh yeah, I always use a bar soap.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm old school. Put that right in your butt crack. Scrub it right up.
In my
It's a
butt
s-
crack.
It's a self-cleaning. It's a self-cleaning a tool. It cleans itself.
I know, but my
It's perfect. It's a perfect.
my
invention.
butt crack's cleaner than your butt crack.
I use a bar of soap. I can't even imagine it. It's hideous. I can't know how you could get cleaner than a bar of soap. Anyways, feedback. We got feedback. Let's do it, boys.
Hey.
We got feedback. Oh, welcome to Feedback. We got feedback, everybody. This week's feedback. We got feedback is brought to you by the same people we just plugged before we did feedback. We got feedback, so we don't have to do it again. But it's VG Meats and Amazon, in case you're wondering. But so every week we get feedback from our listeners. This week we got a lot of feedback actually from the Shane Bergman episode, and we also got new listeners from Antwerp, Belgium, Redwood City, California. We've got Delhi, Ontario.
Oh.
And some people from Calgary, Alberta, listen to their hometown boy, Shane Bergman, on last week's show. So thank you to all our new listeners for Live from the Dutch Hall. Now, one of the things we got feedback this week. I had one lady in particular I'd like to mention. She said she was a Pine Grove resident, which is my little subdivision I live in here, which was surprising to me. She said she's lived in Pine Grove her whole life. She works at VG Meats, and she listened to the VG Meats episode, and she said she thought the show was great. And so she followed me on Twitter and sent me that message. So for her, I just wanted to give a big round of applause and say thank you very much for the feedback. You can be our listener of the week. Even though I don't remember.
I was just going to say, do you even know her name?
I don't know.
Well, then you paid so much attention to the conversation.
Well, I forget. I know her, but I don't know if she feels comfortable me recognizing her publicly too with her name, because then.
Right. That's just a way of you saying, I friggin' forget her name.
I do. I know her last name. It's Juhas. Juhas. Yeah, that's what I remember.
With the J?
I don't remember her first name. Sorry.
Okay.
I wasn't prepared. You can let it go and let me go on with the show, so I feel like I'm not an idiot.
It's gone. I'm not holding you back.
All right. Well, feedback. We got feedback is not dirty, but I think it was a time. What I'd like to talk to you about in feedback, Abby, is the fact that we are doing this show live video, and every week you've been here a number of times, right? Like 4 or 5 times.
Yep. I think this is my 5th or 6th.
And basically, what I've done is taken away all your tools, haven't I? I've taken away swearing. I've taken away cigarettes. I've taken away. Well, I haven't taken away booze. You still get booze. Like, that's nice, isn't it? But
that's great. Yeah, thanks. So awesome.
But do you think since the beginning of the show, since like getting comfortable with the fact that there's so many people in the room, do you think that it's like we were able to get over it?
I'm over it. I have a comment about feedback though.
What is that?
I feel like with every episode you do that you say, okay, we're going to do feedback. We got feedback. And then you have like a probably 20 to 30 minute interlude where you do this freaking ramble. And then you're like, okay, we're going to do feedback. And it's like, no, like you totally forgot about that.
I know.
You were supposed to do it like 20 minutes ago.
Well, I've already done it. I got it all out of the way.
I know, but then by the time you do it, nobody gives a...
Yeah, I know. But I don't care. It's just a way to change gears. It's actually a mechanism to change gears. You get business out of the way, and then you can kind of get a break from whatever you're doing.
Right, but you're like, okay, we're going to do feedback, and then you just get so off course that by the time we do feedback, nobody gives about feedback.
Yeah, you know what? It's actually the most common feedback I get is that feedback sucks.
Yeah.
They go...
and I know you, and I feel like feedback is something you just have to do because it's like part of your show. It's like we got to do feedback because everybody just expects feedback. But I don't really I think we're over it now, and I don't think really that moving forward from today you really need to do feedback.
But
yeah, it's got a jingle.
You can do the song, but I don't really think you need to do the feedback part.
Yeah, there's 2 reasons why we have to.
And the Haitian dwarf, I mean, we all know he's made up.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's a real person. He's
a real person, but he's not Haitian and he's not a dwarf.
How do you know? Have you met him?
Because I know who he is.
You do not.
I do too.
We should get her out of here right away. She's gonna. Don't blow anything.
I know the only time you want to get me out is when I have a point or when I blow your cover.
Well, because I don't know if you really know who it is. I don't know who it is, so I want to keep it a secret because I like the fact that a Haitian dwarf every week.
It can be a secret to you, but it's not to me,
it's a nice
and it's
fantasy.
not to a lot of your listeners. So I think that you should probably get over it.
Your email's going to light up after this, Abby.
Yeah.
With listeners wanting to know.
Hey, we're going to get all new feedback after this.
I know his real name. I know his real name. You guys want my email address? I know.
I don't even want to
create a whole new
segment. 1 hour? Okay. Well, anyways, that was feedback. We got feedback, Abby. Thank you very much. We got 3 more to go through. All right, next thing. 1, 2, 3. Put your hands up. 1, 2, 3.
Who's giving in?
There you go. Charlie. Nocturnal emission.
Go perfect. Go figure.
This is going to work out better. Now
Back
we
in the
have
hot seat.
We have the man that writes the music for the show, the Rooster Dave Charters is up here. Should we play the... Let's hear it for the Rooster.
His theme song?
Real pleasure to be here tonight.
All right, Dave. We got nocturnal emissions. We're running out of time. We're already
like the death metal rooster.
We're already past an hour.
Before, I don't want to drag it out, but I have to know what that last picture is because I couldn't see it when I was sitting over there.
Which one? This one?
Not the oyster, yeah.
This is roast beef.
Ross LeBoeuf.
Oh.
Roast beef.
I can see your curiosity. I can really.
Oh, is that a fish taco?
That's a fish taco, Dave.
Love
Yes,
those.
that's a fish taco. So, nocturnal emissions. Dave, the nocturnal emissions, do you know what that is? It's the name of your band. You should know what it is, don't you?
I do. I think, if you just break down the words, it means something. Nocturnal is night, and emission means like something comes out.
Right.
Something comes out at night.
The colloquial term, the layman's term, if you will, is the wet dream. Wet dream, which is appropriate to say on television.
Okay.
And they actually teach about it in school in grade
1?
No, grade 7 or 6 or whatever, when you're 12, whatever that is. Okay. They teach you about this. Now, it says that nocturnal emissions is a spontaneous orgasm occurring during sleep that includes ejaculation for a male, or vaginal wetness, or an orgasm, or both for a female. Nocturnal emissions are most common during adolescence and the early adult years, but they can happen anytime after puberty. For women, some researchers, like there's researchers out there that research this, their job, their mission in life. They wake up every day, they say, I'm going to work, honey. And what they do is they think about women that are sleeping and having vaginal wetness. And this is what they consider their research, right?
They swab the bed?
I don't know what they do.
Yeah, where do they research it?
But these
they have like a lab or something?
It says on Wikipedia, this is from Wikipedia, and it says on Wikipedia that these researchers have added the requirement that the woman should have to awaken during the orgasm and perceive that the orgasm has occurred before it counts as a wet dream. Otherwise, it doesn't count as a female wet dream.
What is it then if it's...
It is just
a dream?
Just a dream that made you have a little bit of vaginal wetness. It could have just been like, I don't know.
We can call it wet sheets.
I don't know.
Sweat the bed.
Yeah, sweat the bed.
Sweat the bed. But the guy if the guy sleeps right through it, that's still...
There's evidence of it. And then what they're saying is vaginal lubrication alone does not mean that the female has had an orgasm. So she's saying unless the orgasm occurs, then it doesn't count as a wet dream.
I see.
And if you're just having vaginal wetness during the slumber, then it doesn't
right.
It doesn't count. It doesn't.
And to quantify the orgasm, it has to they use the wakefulness to quantify that, like to measure. If she doesn't wake up, it's probably not an orgasm. Is that what they're getting at?
No, they're saying if she doesn't wake up, then there's no way of proving that it's an orgasm. You may have had an orgasm in your sleep, slept through the whole thing. And then that was a legitimate wet dream, but without the without anyone to, it's like if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, does it really make a sound, right?
I get it.
So if you have an orgasm in your slumber, but all you wake up to is vaginal wetness and no orgasm, then did you really have a female wet dream? Is the point?
Where with the young man, there would be some evidence.
Right.
It's like a wet dream with instructions.
Right. Your underpants are sticky. Yeah. Also, I don't think it's the same with women. Like if a man does not relieve the PSIs, then the man will have a nocturnal emission, correct? The reason I know this is from research myself that I conducted as a young man, as a 21-year-old man. What I did was I went to school in England, as has been established on the show. I went to school there for 4 months. And when I went there, I was in love with a young girl from home, Jane. I was like, you know what, I'm going to go across overseas, have a whole bunch of women from all over the world who are gorgeous and ready to do dirty things with me, and I'm not going to do anything with them because I love my wife so much. And I'm thinking, or my girlfriend at the time, I loved her, and so I didn't want to do any of those nasty things. But I went a step further. It was kind of like a Dave Charters type of Lenten promise I made myself, but it had nothing to do with Lent. I was just doing it for my period, like a test to see if I could go without touching myself for the full 4 months. Well, 2 weeks in, on the top bunk bed over top of a new friend I just made, a nocturnal emission happened.
Really?
Yeah, swear to God. And every time I have a nocturnal emission, my dreams are horrible. They're not even sexy. They're like something bad, like a girl I didn't even like in grade school that I fell on top of when I was playing volleyball or something like that.
Whoa.
Like it was never sexual. I'm never
twisted.
Yeah, it was terrible. It's not
I wonder
good.
if that's common or if that's just some...
Well, have you had them? Have you had them?
I can't recall a time where I thought, wow, I had a wet dream last night, but I probably did. I imagine every young man does.
Right.
I would imagine.
You don't remember a wet dream in your life?
No.
Oh, I find that to be absolutely shocking.
Mind-boggling.
Never in your life because you're such a masturbator.
In the band.
That's probably it, yeah.
Because you were such an aggressive masturbator.
I'm working towards it with my new super group. It's something I'm working towards.
Well, you know what you do?
Discover.
Part of your Lenten promise, just take a little break and see how long it takes you to shoot off on your own. It's a great experiment, and Jesus would like it. Because you're not doing all those nasty things where you're touching yourself.
Maybe I'll wait till after Lent.
Next year, eat all the steak and stuff you want, and just stay fat and happy like Buddha, and then just don't touch yourself like a filthy beggar that you are. Like take some time off of it. What do you think?
Oh, well, we'll negotiate.
It's on the table.
All right, that's nocturnal emissions. That's the whole subject. Thanks, dude. All right, ready? Well, who's got fingers left? Julie and Paul.
Yeah.
and Mike. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, Mike's up. Oh, masturbation. Leads nicely. Oh, this thing's coming off. Masturbation.
Is that a picture of Pete?
Those are melons. Those are like cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe, yeah. So Mike Bowe, the other member of my house band Nocturnal Emissions, and part of a big supporter of the show, one of the most frequent guests we've ever had on Live from the Dutch Hall. Thanks for coming in, Mike.
Thanks for having me, Pete. It's always a pleasure, and just happy to support the Nocturnal Emissions and be a part of it tonight.
Well, it's a
on the
real
show.
thrill for you, that's for sure.
I'm very excited to join my friend Dave and really combine to.
Well, you know, the general public's been asking for it. I mean, you've been really...
It needed to happen.
We have showcased your talents since the beginning of the program, and now it's just a natural fit that you're a house band.
It is a natural fit.
So, masturbation, Mike, have you had some experience with it in your lifetime?
Yeah, I can say I have, yes.
Yes. At what age do you think you would have started that, do you think?
Well, I'd say about, I was an early, I matured early, right?
Did you?
I had some hairs going down below, probably about grade 7 or 8. So I'd say grade 8.
Grade
Maybe
8?
I experimented.
Now, how did you even, like, come up with the idea to do such a thing?
Probably through watching some porn.
Really?
Yeah, and then I you get ideas like, well, let's see what this thing can do down here.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine was the same way. I remember the movie was called Lust on the Orient Express.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Mine was we just called it the beads. That was the one we went to.
Oh,
a friend of mine, I'll keep him unnamed. We would go down to his basement in between classes in school, and he showed us a nice VHS tape he got out of his dad's cabinet, and we popped it in, and it was a whole video of girls It was 3 girls, and they were walking away from each other, and all of a sudden these beads are coming out. They shove these beads in their butt.
Oh, really?
And they're walking away. And I'm thinking, how is this pleasure? But it was...
So they're they're attached to each other.
It was like a triangle.
Communal tail.
And they were crawling away from each other, and these beads would pop out.
Wow.
Yeah, it was intense. Like for your first porn, I'm like, well, this is intense. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it since.
No, it's something else.
Yeah.
I don't even think I've ever seen that. And so then you would take that, and that was when you decided.
That's when
you didn't do it in front of your
friends.
No.
No. But I think I went home with some ideas. Like, is this what really happens? But then you start looking at like more normal porn, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is kind of weird.
You don't have to have those beads up your butt to do it.
No.
Yeah.
You don't need that. Like, it's only for girls, right?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Did you still always have that one kind of locked in the spank bank though?
It was always one you go back to, eh? Like when we get over to his house, let's pull the beads out. Come on, let's have a look at it again. See what's happening.
Beads.
Yeah.
Well, I have a horrible story to tell. If you would indulge me, is that okay?
Yeah.
Well, I'm a grown man now. When I started, I was the same thing, a young man, like a kid, like you were talking about. I watched the Lust on the Orient Express on the big satellite dish when my dad was in the field working. Just made sure it was on S4, and I could see him coming with the dust
the
cloud
old satellite.
Turn it back to G3.
G3.
Where the kids' programs were. Yeah, but in the meantime, I watched filthy pornography. And so...
You had it all timed out.
Those were my days as a young man. Now, you grow older, you think, I'm a married man with a healthy and robust sex life with my beautiful wife. I can't even complain. Wait even for a second. I would never complain about something like that. I just think she's terrific, right? Now, but, I watched on that British, on the thing we watched together.
Sensual massage.
The sensual massage. They said to me that it's okay to, even if you have a healthy sex life, to indulge in the odd self gratification through the process of masturbation. Right?
It's healthy for you.
It's healthy. It's nothing a woman should get upset about, that her boyfriend's looking to just have a little bit of alone time. And really, what it is for the ladies out there, and is the truthfully, we're not thinking of other women. We just want to get the poison out as quickly as possible. Get on with our day, right?
Yep.
So every once in a while, you understand you don't want to burden your wife with the request to take care of this horrible business where the PSIs are building up in your trousers. You want to just say, I'm going to take care of this myself. The house is empty.
Right.
I'm going to jump into the bathroom with my iPad and just look at Abby's program she made me enlightened about on the YouPorn, maybe some cunnilingus videos or what have you. You know, whatever tickles your fancy.
There's lots of options.
Lots of options. And just get the poison out quickly, get on with your day, get back to work.
In and out of the beat lab.
Right. Now, what I have, and my brother will make fun of me about this, is I have a wonderful cat named Larry. I love Larry. I've never been a cat man in my whole life.
I understand.
But I got a cat, and I love him. He's a terrific cat. You know, he's a great friend, and we spend a lot of time together alone in my house. And I like my cat Larry, right? Well, one day I quickly come into an empty house, realize I have a few seconds just to get some business done. So I go in to do my business. Well, the cat's excited to see me. Well, me and him, we didn't have the proper greeting at the beginning. So I took some time off. Like I just walked right in the house, went right to get my business done because I knew I had a short period of time to do it. And so I went and I'm getting my business done. Larry's excited to see me. He comes in. He sees me doing whatever I'm doing.
He's ashamed.
Immediately ashamed. He comes in the room. He looks at me straight in the eye, and I'm ashamed too. You know,
mid pump.
we lock eyes, yeah, and I'm like, I right away look down, and I'm ashamed. Larry does the classiest move I've ever seen. Great cat. He just turns around, turns his back to me. He looks at me, doesn't judge, just turns his back and waits until I'm finished. He turns his back, sat in the bathroom at the the doorway, and I'm like, you ruined it already. I'm not going to finish now, Larry.
No, I'm embarrassed.
But I appreciate the gesture. Yeah. It was nice of him to get at least.
He wanted you to finish.
Yeah, he wasn't going to judge me.
Give it your space.
He understands.
Yeah. So when people want to make fun of me for loving my cat so much, that's a great cat.
That's the classy cat.
That is a really good cat.
What a good guy.
Anything else you want to add before we move on to the last subject here, or your last couple?
No, I'm good. I got it out.
Is there a way to pause it?